Hello friends, today I am making a bowl of comfort. I am making a lentil soup, something that is warm, comforting, delicious, affordable, and something that I need in my life right now. We're in the middle of soup season, and this by far is one of my favorites. It reminds me so much of my grandmother, who used to make us lentils and rice for dinner most nights of the week when I was growing up. Albeit that was Dominican and this is not, but it still gives me all those warm feels of my great-grandma, my grandma, all around the stove, making dinner, making supper for me and my siblings. So why don't you come along with me and help me get dinner on the table with some lentil soup. Let's go. Before I get further along in chopping my onion, I'm gonna preheat my pot here and get the pot hot. I'd rather the pot be hot before I need it than me waiting around for it to get hot. And going back to pantry staples and simple ingredients, we're talking onions, fennel, garlic, carrots, celery, some canned tomatoes, all things that are really affordable to get at the grocery store and are tremendous flavor enhancers, flavor boosters to any dish. The one sneaky thing that I've added to this recipe is fennel. Fennel, of course, is not for everyone, but let me tell you, the raw bite of anisey fennel is not what you're getting here. When fennel cooks, it cooks down to the most glorious, sweet flavor. It doesn't taste licoricey at all. It's so worth putting into dishes. It just enhances everything. Now our pot is nice and hot. I'm going to add in some extra virgin olive oil and our onions and our fennel pieces. I love a good sizzle, don't you? And I'm doing this all real time with you guys today so you can see how quickly this dish comes together, literally in minutes. I'm going to go ahead and chop up my carrots. Now, I've rinsed these and scrubbed these. I haven't even peeled them. Honestly, I like an unpeeled carrot. I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. I think that as long as they're scrubbed really, really well, you're getting that addition, some additional fiber in your diet. It's great. So now I'm letting the onions and the fennel saute on their own without adding in any salt and pepper quite yet. I just want them to naturally release out some of their water and then caramelize just a hair before we add in all the salt, which is going to naturally just draw out all the moisture out of those veggies. All right. Our onions and our fennel have started to caramelize just a tad. I'm going to add in a pinch of salt and a sprinkling of black pepper. And I'm going to add in our carrots. And as soon as I chop them up, our celery as well. Now, my celery always looks strange. I grow celery in my garden, and this is the result of it coming out of the garden. Leaves removed. And I have to say, honestly, if you are into any type of gardening or wanting to get into gardening, I highly recommend growing celery. It is a very gratifying vegetable to grow. And if you've seen any of our vlog content over the summer, you'll know that my garden is a struggle bus right now. And that we still are in the process of moving our raised beds, and so I grew celery in a pot. It was fantastic. It does like a lot of water. It likes to be nice and cool. That was it. Now that our mirepoix is going, let's talk about aromatics and all the rest. For today, we have a little bouquet garni. This is a bay leaf, a couple of sprigs of thyme, as well as a sprig of rosemary. I've gone ahead and tied it with some butcher's twine so it's easy to fish out when I'm ready to serve up. And then we have some garlic. I'm using 5 cloves today. And by the way, this is a great opportunity to say that, hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, why don't you? It doesn't cost you anything. We'll be dishing up weekly recipe videos for the entirety of the year. Come hang out with us, join us. And if you are wanting some more month-by-month seasonal inspiration, check out our Substack Gathered. I'll also have that link down in the description. And if you do want a copy of this recipe, check down there in the description box. It'll be linked below. Once I get the garlic into the pan, I'm going to add in our tomato paste. Tomato paste is one of those ingredients that just add a depth of flavor. To be able to achieve said depth of flavor, you do need to cook it down. So once it enters the chat, make sure that you cook it until it becomes a deep caramelized, we're talking like a brick red, you know, a deep, deep burgundy. And that way you know that the tomato paste has infused all of its flavor into the other vegetables, the other ingredients. Alrighty, our garlic is in the pot. I'm gonna add in 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. And I'm just gonna lower the heat just a tad so the vegetables don't burn. And as you can see, that tomato paste is really helping to color our veg into this nice umber, deep red warmth. And if you start to see some brown bits forming on the bottom of your pan, don't scream out an alarm. That's the fond. You want that. That is flavor. We're gonna deglaze our pot in a few minutes with some veggie stock, and all of those brown bits are gonna release from the bottom of the pan, and they're just going to make our soup so extra good. Yes. Now that our tomato paste has deepened in color and it is caramelized with the rest of our veggies, I'm going to go ahead and first add in our hand crushed tomatoes. This is half 28-ounce can of tomatoes. If you don't have that knocking about your pantry, don't worry about it. You can always sub in for diced tomatoes. And next we're going to add in 5 cups of vegetable stock. If you don't have vegetable stock, you could use vegetable bouillon with some water or just plain water. It's really up to you and what you have available in your pantry. Our bouquet garni, and our lentils. These lentils are absolute beauties. These pebbly brown bits of goodness are going to swell up and create the most unctuous texture. They soften, they swell, they do a party and a dance with your vegetables, and they're so good. These bad boys are going to swell and tenderize in about 20 to 30 minutes. So really, once you have your pot on the stove, veggies going, and you've got your liquid in, dinner's on the table in less than a half hour. And you really can't beat that on a busy weeknight. I'm going to give my pot here a stir. And I'm going to do one more flourish of salt and a little bit of pepper just to make sure that the lentils are seasoned from within, that they are not going to be bland at the completion of our recipe. Beans and pulses really get a bad rap for being flavorless and boring, but that's hardly the case. It's all in preparation, and that's the takeaway I want to stress with you today. Simple ingredients allow you to create flavor bombs. And that's what this soup is, with all of those aromatics, all of that mirepoix, those root veggies, that addition of the salt and pepper. It really is just going to add and lift things. The last thing I'm going to add before I close up our pot and let her simmer away is about a half teaspoon of Aleppo pepper. Aleppo is not a hot chili, so don't be frightened if you are chili adverse. It's not going to make your dish spicy. What it is going to do is add this lemony zip to the soup and just give it this wonderful flavor. This is definitely not traditional in a lentil soup, but it's my addition and I absolutely love it. We're gonna bring our pot up to a boil, reduce it down to a simmer, stick a lid on it, and revisit her in about 20 minutes. Our lentil soup is ready. Let's see how it turned out. I'm just gonna fish out our bouquet garni. Ah, there she is. It smells like winter. And now for a final flourish, I like to add just a couple of things. I'm going to add in just a little drizzle of olive oil and just a final sprinkling of some salt and pepper. If you have flaky sea salt, now is the time to use it. Oh yeah. Mommy Pia, transport me back! This is so good. So flavorsome. The lentils have really they've swelled and they've tenderized and they've kind of melted into all of the veg. And because the veg has different sizes in terms of the dice, they still are distinct because they haven't cooked for hours. They still have a bit of bite to them, so there's texture and it's not this big mushy bowl. It's so good. And really that addition of the fennel just lifts it from the back end. All right, friends, let me know what you think of this recipe and comment down below. What is your favorite soup? Are you a pureed soup type of person? Do you like lots of different textures in your soup? Are you a stoop person? That's a stew and a soup. Let me know, comment down below. As I mentioned, this recipe is linked down in the description box. If you would like to see more from us, I highly recommend checking out our Substack, also linked. And if you like this video or plan to make this recipe, please do like and subscribe. It helps our channel get out to more people just like you. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye!